First, let's clean the lens off real quick. Hey guys, good morning. Big John here in Alaska, and I'm getting my truck ready. I just rode about a mile to get to work because we got two broke down vehicles, and that's how I got to get to work right now. So I got to get my bike put away in a safe spot. So let me get you guys set up in the tripod here. That way I can, got to lift the hood of the truck, check the oil. My boss asked me to come in and try to, let's see, he wanted me to grease a couple fittings on the truck before we start the day. He was nice enough to set out the grease fittings. Well, not the grease fittings, but the grease gun. That's all over here. I got some rags, stuff like that. This is my, so I believe it's a 2017 Western Star. And it's just an end dump. It's set up for Alaska. So the type of stuff that we do up here, that's what it's set up for. So I got to get my bike put up over here. I kind of like to stash it over here in the corner. That way it's out of the way and I don't run it over myself. This is my ride home. I got to have something to drive home at the end of the day. But I do need to check the oil anyways, because I got to start this thing up and get it outside. So get this hood picked up. Maybe get my gloves on. So one of my foremen that I've known for years, he likes to call these hand shoes. These are your hand shoes. And they're incredibly important when touching stuff up here, because you don't want to hurt your mittens. Okay, see what we got going on in here today. Should be good. This truck really doesn't use much oil. So I've got a rag over here. I can use that. Clean this off. See what's going on. Should be good. But it is nice to be back to work. Now, the only thing I could ask for is steady work, because I need steady work in order to get my Jeeps fixed. We're pretty good on oil here. And I do need to pull this thing out of the bay anyway, so I kind of just, I don't even know what type of motor's in this thing. I haven't even checked it out that much. It's got a flat top something or other. If you guys recognize this motor, let me know what that is. It doesn't have a particular color to it. Yeah, a lot of times, you know, the Caterpillar motors, they're yellow, and international motors are typically green, or Cummins are red. So I don't know what it is, but it's a really strong motor. It works good for what we're doing up here. It's got a really weird integrated turbo where the fins just kind of come out and they go back in. And that works for the Jake brake retarder system. Helps me slow down when I'm coming down hills. But yeah, I got plenty of juice up there. Everything looks pretty good. Now, I think today he only wanted me to grease up the slack adjusters, because when I looked in here, these slack adjusters down here, they don't have any grease on them from last week. Now, he did grease up these certs here. I'm not sure if he got the shackles or not, but like I said, I got to get this thing outside and check it out. Then we're going to shut this thing, and it shuts super easy. I only used one hand, a little bit of effort. It just kind of closes like that. Yeah, big bad Western Star. Whew. I'm a little bit out of breath from the ride here, but yesterday I figured out the math on my bike ride yesterday. I think it was at least 12 miles. So, but I did a little bit of extra riding around. So I want to say fairly, so if I say 18, that means it's going to be a little less than that, because us men, we like to over exaggerate stuff. So let's realistically break that down. So it was approximately, I'll say safely 15-mile bike ride yesterday. And that's pretty amazing considering I'm a truck driver and I just lost let's say 25 pounds. I don't know, it fluctuates, but I've kept off over 120 pounds consecutively just using the carnivore diet and eating lots of meats and fats. So yeah, that's a winning situation for me there. And I've been able to be more active. That's way fun. PACCAR, it's a PACCAR engine. Oh, right on, thank you there. Yeah, I didn't even know because I'm so used to seeing there's like 2 or 3 different motors up here in Alaska, and they're really common. Cat's one of the most common. Cummins is the second most common. And whatever that green engine is, I can't even remember. I had one in one of my old trucks, and it didn't have a lot of horsepower, but it did good. It did good. It just ran. And I got incredible fuel mileage with that motor. Whatever that green one is, I do need to walk around, check the tires on here. Before I pull it out, I always like to keep my hammer in here on the floor. That way, I have my hammer. I wonder if this will help. Let's try this. Try that button. Oh, a little bit of light. That's a little bit helpful. Hey there, Benjamin. How you doing? Yeah, we're just getting the truck ready. I do not like this. I don't like that DEF system. I don't like the way we have to fill it. I don't like the way the stuff smells. I don't like anything about it. But I see he came along over the weekend and he shined up the tires. Look at those things. They're glowing. Now, sometimes when I owned my own truck, I used to shine up the tires. That way I could tell if the driver was hitting curbs or doing unnecessary damage while at work. Now check out this rubber here. These things are awesome. So this is a typical winter tread that we have up here, and you see these little cuts. That's the extra siping we need to drive around on the icy roads and snowy roads. And we have open walls. Like, see how this groove isn't solid? Like down in the lower 48, they have closed walls. So there'll be a piece of rubber that goes from here to here. We don't like that up here because we need a place for the snow to go when we're driving down the road. And those closed walls, they'll just clog up these center lugs with snow. So when these walls right here are open, when the tire compresses on the bottom side, it'll actually push all the packed snow out of the inner lugs and out the side, which gives us traction. So that's awesome. Okay, somebody made a boo-boo. That wasn't me. That was here before I got here. This has been a really nice truck. I had to do a spread load the other day in a guy's driveway up on Hillside, and I had to set these chains up, and I was spreading some wrap. This truck is also set up with a pintle hook. You got all the airline connections over here, electrical connection there. That pintle hook is also helpful if I should need to be towed. You know, if I get stuck in the mud or something, I can run a chain through there. And we like to put a tennis ball inside the pintle hook. That way it keeps all the crud out of there, or a lot of it, because we don't need that. All right, get over here, check these tires out. I'm really not keeping track of my time on this because we're just doing a regular pre-trip. So I charge 15 minutes for a pre-trip, and then the greasing that he wants done is going to be anywhere from 15 minutes to a half an hour, depending on how big of a pain in the butt it is. Looks like we got a small weeper right there. It doesn't look too bad, but it is leaking just a little tiny bit. We don't need to hit these tires because they're steer tires. I see people run around, they smack their steer tires with hammers. And I'm like, why? It's a steer tire. If it starts going down, you know it. You know it pretty quickly. So yeah, let's get up here and get this thing fired up. I can show you guys around the cab if anybody's interested. He's got a pretty decent seat cover on here, and that's just to keep the seat from getting abused. Take the air out. I like to take the air out in the morning, and then when I get driving, I'll air it back up. But that way, because I'm going to get in and out, and the seat covers here, they save this side of the seat because your leg drags when you get in and out. So we're not damaging that part of the seat, and hopefully the seat will last a little bit longer that way. But yeah, check out that bench seat over there. I could fit 2 people in that seat, and there's seat belts for it. I don't know. That's awesome. Wow. Not sure if I need the light in here. Is that going to be too bright? That seems to work. But okay, down here under the dash, there's a little switch right here. I got to turn that. And then that turns everything on in here, and that's great. So that's like the master switch you would tend to find outside. And there's my phone holder for the day. We got all the basic controls. It is a push button automatic. That's kind of cool, but that takes a little bit of practice, especially when I was doing a spread load the other day. That was it difficult for me to figure out because I'm used to having a wiggle stick right here, and in that situation I would have put it over here in the low gear, and then I just would have released and then popped my tailgate and just let it roll and spread. But yeah, so with an automatic, that's totally different. You don't want this thing shifting, and I don't know if there's an actual low setting on this type of automatic transmission. But here's my two levers. This is just up and down for the regular bed. This is for a pup trailer, if I have a pup trailer, or if I have any air operated utilities. And then in order to engage the PTO, it's just as simple as pushing that switch there. Tailgate release is over here. And we have full lockers. Here in Alaska, these are so helpful, having full lockers. So I got front and rear locker. I got the inner axle diff. Just power divides between the two. So if I want to crawl slowly, like out of a hole like we were working in a couple days ago, I just put in one locker and I just let off the fuel and it just crawls right out. It just crawls right out really easy. And I need to get this thing warmed up and out of the bay. And it looks like, oh, I thought I was going to have to put more def in this thing. So I put in a partial jug the other day. We're going to let this thing warm up for a little bit. Then I got to go outside. But yeah, I put a partial jug in it yesterday because I filled up the def system last week. And there's no way to really tell how full it is because this little indicator on the dashboard doesn't like go up right away. You have to actually get in the truck, drive it around a little bit, and then it'll read that it's full. So that's frustrating because when you're filling up the system, and especially your first time, I had no idea how many jugs it would take. So it took approximately 3. So when it was down to a quarter, so when that green light was at a quarter tank of def fluid, it took 3 of those gallon jugs. 3.5 is what I did, or 3 1/4, and then it started leaking out, and that makes me mad because I don't want that stuff on my clothes. I don't want it on my gloves. The stuff stinks. It smells like piss, and I don't want that on me. But then I got back in the truck, and it said this thing was still sitting at a quarter, so I drove around for about half an hour, 45 minutes, and then it bounced back up. And I was just like, wow, this is such a great system. I don't like def systems. Hey there, KetoVore Journey. How are you doing today? I haven't seen you in a little while, maybe a couple of days now. But yeah, we're just in the truck. We're getting it ready to go. I got to hit some grease fittings. I got to pay attention to any potential messages. So basically what I'm doing is I'm getting the truck warmed up, just check the oil. I got to pull it outside so I can lift the bed. That way I can easily get into the grease fittings because I got a couple of grease fittings I need to get. That way I don't have to crawl too much underneath the truck if I don't want to. Because it's not raining yet. Yay. So let's get this thing pulled outside. Brum brum. Ta-da. Woo. All right. So, like simple automatic push button in these big trucks. If you guys have never seen this, this might be a little bit of a treat. But yeah, you just put that in drive with your foot on the brake. Because if I sit here without my foot on the brake and I put it in drive, this thing should not engage. It should just blink. Okay, see how it's blinking? But if I put my foot on the brake, I should be able to press it again. Now it engaged. And we can head outside and hopefully not hit anything on the way out. It's so nice having a shop. I mean, this is one of the few employers I've ever worked with that has a shop, and I think he just started renting this property last year, maybe the year before. And it's been super helpful. Now I got to get this bed up in the air. Now again, I said this is just really easy. You just hit that PTO button, then we just start raising the bed, or we should. Did I hit the wrong button? I hit the wrong button. That's the only thing I don't like about the panel down here, is that it's really dark. Everything's black. So yeah, we're just gonna raise this bed up. There's no power lines that go over anywhere around here, thank goodness, so that makes it pretty easy. If I put that in neutral, I don't need it. It automatically kind of puts itself in a weird type of neutral if you don't put it in neutral right away. There we go. Bed's all the way up, just like that. I shut this noisy bugger down. There we go. But the really cool thing about this truck is that this passenger seat is absolutely huge. So the thing I hated about Western Stars is I can't reach the other door. If I was in a Peterbilt or Kenworth, I could reach over here by leaning this far and I could roll the window up or down. But Western Stars and Freightliners, there might be another one out there, maybe an International, they have these wider cabs, which makes it a little different also for our forward view. Because when you sit in a Kenworth or a Peterbilt, you're actually sitting over here instead of over here. And as truck drivers that have been driving a long time, we know that the center of the hood, right up there, you see where that, my finger's pointing there, that is typically where, if we're driving down the road, that would be where the white line would be in reference to our passenger tire. That's kind of how we gauge things. Back to this seat, check this out. I mean, this is a bench seat. It's got seat belts for a passenger that can sit here, got to be a small one. And then it's got another spot over here for a full-size adult. And this is a bench seat and it lifts up. All of this underneath here is like a 2-deck layer storage. So that's where my spare lights, bulbs, reflectors and stuff like that go. That's super cool. Now, the one thing I don't care for too much is when I need something out of the glove box, I almost need to go over to the other side and get in there, because this is a long reach. Like, I am way out of my seat almost. I can just barely touch that. That's crazy. Hey there, Vicky. Yeah, we're just goofing around here at the shop, getting my truck ready for the day, hoping that I get a phone call that says, hey, go haul some loads over this way. But in the meantime, we're just gonna hop out and I got to get this hood back up. I got to grease a couple fittings. He just asked me to do the slack adjusters today, which is super easy. I mean, really doesn't even require me to get dirty, so I'm probably not going to charge him very much for this. At minimum, I'll probably charge about an hour for my entire time here, even if I'm, because I'm really relaxed. It's not like I have to hurry to get to a job. And I could easily do this if I got a phone call right now. I could do this when I got done at the end of the day, and then just charge them like 15 minutes. But make sure I can get to this one over here. Yeah, you never clean those off. I always clean off my grease fittings before adding grease. Let's see what we got going on in there. That looks good. Those got protectors. So we did have a couple things that I wanted to get protected. I'm not too worried about it because it's a pretty new truck. The hoses are pretty new. It's going to take a while before anything's going to happen to some of these spots that are slightly rubbing. So we're going to get those mended up here in the next couple of days. Are you kidding? This is why you lift your bed and you check inside your bed. I'm going to show you guys. This is a treat. So, you guys see that? What the heck is that? Why is that there? That shouldn't be in there. Could you imagine if I got to a job site and I had a broom in the bed and they loaded a bunch of stuff on me, and I went with clean material, by the way. They loaded clean material on me, and I got to, a place that requires clean material, and my first dump is a broom. I swear. Kind of hurts my head. Gotta grab a filthy rag. This is a really cool looking. Now, I don't know. I have a hard time with these things. So I'm a little retarded when it comes to this stuff here. So I can use these just fine. But when it comes to reloading these things, I have a problem. I usually make a mess. It kind of sucks. Then my life sucks. But these are super handy. It makes life so much easier when you're going to grease things. We're just going to grab it and get it out here. That way, when I need to grease something, it's already here. I probably want to go grab another rag because I usually dirty up a lot of rags. I am from Anchorage, Alaska. And we're just getting everything ready here. Potentially to go to work today if I'm lucky. If not, then I'll have to go be lucky somewhere else. But yeah, my boss has got a lot of toys. He's got a lot of lawnmowers. He used to own a lawn service. And he just recently sold the lawn service to somebody else. They might be in and out of here in a little bit. Well, let's see what I can reach over here. Those, I might have to, okay, that one's right on top. So what I'm looking for is these little grease fittings. Ta-da, flip around there. So these things here, I like to clean these off really, really good. Because when you go to grease these things, they get all boogered up and then you're just pushing dirt down inside there and then they won't accept grease. And you don't have to get carried away when greasing slack adjusters. Just a few seconds on the little, that one there, I can reach that one too. I wonder, is my light on? Oh, my light's not on. Okay. So apparently when I switch in between lenses, it shuts the light off. Where is the fitting? I thought I saw the fitting right here. It might be on the bottom side on the rear. I don't see it there. Okay, well, I'll go over to the other side, clean that one off. But yeah, yesterday I did a live stream where I was riding around town on my bicycle, went down into the city. It was a good day. I was really, really annoyed when I got home and looked at the footage. Did the preview when I get home because it was super shaky and super wobbly. But I had my GoPro, so I got a little bit of footage riding around with my GoPro. Made some short videos of that. Not a big deal. Looks like I can hit that one with a little grease there. U-joints should get greased like every week, in my opinion. They don't look bad, but you don't want them to look bad or get wobbly. I'll see if I can find the grease fitting on the back here. But I definitely have to remember to take that broom out of there. Yeah, those got to be on the bottom. Suck. Okay, that means I'll have to get on the ground for those. Not a huge deal. But if I wasn't doing a stream right now, this would like take me 5-10 minutes just to do these. But I'm just taking my time, looking over everything else too at the same time. So normally I would have hit this with a couple second shot, even doing the weekly maintenance or the monthly maintenance. Then see how that one looks. It looks kind of, you can see that there was grease on there not too long ago. You can still see a little bit of fresh grease in the boots on both of them. That's kind of what you want to see. That's something I look for when I do inspections. Now, if I was working on a really dusty, dirty job site where there's a lot of bumps and lumps, I would absolutely be greasing every cert, to some point, some degree, once a week. We're just cleaning this crap out of here. That way, when it comes time to hit this thing with some grease, I can just easily do it. Okay, let's see about you. There's a grease fitting right there. This all looks like fresh grease. He didn't seem like he was overly concerned about hitting every fitting. Now this one in here, right in that joint, that knuckle there, that one can be tricky because you have to turn the wheel to a certain point, and sometimes it's you get it right and you don't, in order to hit that little certain there. But I was making sure, yeah, this got plenty of hub oil. I had to adjust this cap last week because it was globbing a little bit, and that seemed to have worked, unless he wiped it off again, which is totally possible. But I was wiping this rim down, and it wasn't like spewing out. It wasn't that bad. Ah, hi guys. So let's see. We got anything else going on in here? Got 8 people watching. Hey guys, yeah. Anybody new here? I'm Big John in Alaska. I am an Alaskan truck driver, and I figured out a few things about losing weight over the last year. And that's pretty much what got my channel going in the first place. But I've had a lot of success with weight loss. And what I do primarily is I just do a lot of these live streams. I share the journey. I share a little bit about what I do. Do live streams in my kitchen quite often because I like to tell people what I'm eating, because when you're losing weight, it's really hard to figure out what to eat because people tell you to eat certain foods, but then it kind of gets lost in the process up here, if you guys know what I mean. At least it did for me. You know, I thought I was eating good. I wasn't reading ingredients, but I was looking at packages. And a lot of us, we look at packages and we see like green or keto friendly or heart healthy, and we believe it. I'm that guy. I believed it too. But you know, this jacket right here would not fit me a year ago. This jacket was in the closet. I mean, and now this thing is huge. Now I had another jacket I was wearing in a video the other day when I talked about, because I do weekly weight loss updates every single week. Typically on the weekends, I either do a vertical live stream about my weekly weight loss, or I'll actually make a video. And the videos are hard to make when you have a busy house and you do most of your stuff in the kitchen. I'm gonna toss this up in the truck here. Get you out of my way. Probably put this on the side too. I don't want to damage that right off the top of the day. That would suck. All right, put you over here maybe. I don't know. Maybe over here. I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna put that. But I got to get this thing greased to some degree. Which rag do I want to mess up first? Mess up this one? Okay. I don't know. With the handy dandy DeWalt. Now, what happens to me a lot of the times when I use these, because this isn't mine. If this was mine, I'd have a battery on the charger. I'd know it'd be charged, but hopefully the battery's charged, because usually when I get down under the truck is when the battery dies. I'd be like halfway under the truck. But before I was so massively fat, I couldn't hardly do this stuff. I couldn't get up under the frame rail of even the big trucks half the time. Let's get over here and set this up in a way where I can actually do something. I don't want to drop the grease gun. That's expensive. Turn you around. Turn the light on. Oh, I turned it off. There it is. It's on again. I think it's on. Hey there, Tina. How you doing? Yeah, I'm just greasing the truck. I have no idea what you guys can see. I'm just kind of setting you guys down here for now because I need to grease this fitting right here. I got to grease the other side. And I have never had good luck with grease guns in my life. I guess the nice thing about this is I can set it up on the tire. Get this booger on here. Let's see. There we go. All I'm looking for is a little bit of movement right there. Okay, that one's done. Just like that. We got it finished up. Like I said, you know, I always look for a little bit of fresh grease after other people do it, but I try to wipe that off too because it collects. It gets yucky. We're gonna mosey on over to the other side. I got some grease on my rim. I'm gonna have to wipe that off too. See, I'm creating work for myself. It's just how life is. Oh, hopefully I didn't get it on the bumper too. That would be annoying. So, all right, this is, I'm gonna go back over here and wipe that off, because if I don't do it now, I'll forget about it completely. I got a neighbor across the street. He's probably wondering what I'm doing. I'm talking to myself. This cleaned, there. Got that off of there. Now we're gonna come over here and get this side too. Maybe if I'm lucky, you guys can see what I'm doing. Gotta flip this around. Make it a little easier on myself. Okay. Anything coming out yet? There we go. Got a little movement there. That's all I want, is a little bit of movement. Okay. Get a little bit of that grease movement. That lets you know you got some fresh grease up in there, because you don't want to overdo them. And I really like my steering components, so we're gonna hit this one here. There we go. That one's good. What else we got here? All right, I think that's good for up here for now. It's good to get the ones you can get to easily. But yeah, he didn't say hit them all. He just said do the slack adjusters, so that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna hit the slack adjusters. Try not to make a mess. Ta-da! So yeah, it's got a nice long hose, so that way I can reach down in here easily and just rest it on the tire. I probably don't know. I gotta make a mess of everything. Hey there, sunshine. Appreciate you guys jumping in here. I need to figure out what the heck I'm doing here, because this is awkward. All right, let's get this set up here. I'm gonna hit this cert real quick. I'm probably gonna have to climb under the truck and get the other one. Let's see. I heard it pop. That's good. That's good. That means it pushed out a little moisture and a little air. There we go. We're done there. Okay. Let's see what else I can hit while I'm here. I'm gonna hit this drive line real quick, because it's right there in front of me. That's all it takes. Just a little shot. See where the other one's at. I don't know. Can't reach the other one. Ta-da! I'm probably gonna get my tripod like all covered in stuff. But yeah, now when the boss says, hey, you didn't grease your truck, I can say, yes, I did. That happens, you know. So now I can just say, hey, go watch my video. I did too. All right, here's the other fitting over here. We're gonna hit that up real quick. See if there's another driveline insert on this side I can hit easily, because I'll do that while I'm over here too. Whoa, that one was fast. That one was really fast. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of excess yucky poo on there. All right, so what else can I reach while I'm here? Maybe I can get up in there, get that fitting over here too. I don't know. Let's see. Ta-da. Well, I can reach that one nice and easy right there. Where's the other one? Can't reach that one. So that one's not super important today. But yeah, I want to get this one right down here since it's right there. And then next weekend, yeah, we're going to go through and do all these all over again. Now, when I ran the haul road, it was super important to grease the truck after every 2 trips up the haul road. The road is super bumpy. There we go. That's all you got to do is just quick shot. It always amazes me how many people would pay the guy at the oil change shop to grease their fittings. Because for one, you don't know if that fitting actually took grease. Because sometimes they'll just stick the thing on there and it'll look like it had grease on it. At least they made the attempt. But if the fitting doesn't actually take grease, then you're not doing any good. Okay, so I'm not a fan of hovering underneath a bed that's up in the air. So I got those. I got that one there. I got that one there. I might be able to reach this one up here. I don't know. There's a fuel tank in my way. But I can try to see what's over here since the fuel tank is nice and cleaned off. Okay, let's see. Can I reach you from up here? I can. Okay. So, I think I can reach this one. We're gonna hit this cert over here, probably get dirty. Maybe, if I can reach it, maybe not. That's tight. Okay. I don't know. That did not take because I wasn't on the fitting right. So now I got to clean all that crap off. I'm going to get dirty. Oh no. I'm going to get dirty. That fitting gosh globbed on there. I can't really reach in there well to get that one. Oh, it's not too bad. I'm probably going to have to climb up underneath. That sucks. Yep. I'm already filthy. I'm getting my good gloves covered in crap. So maybe if I just stick to what he asked me to do, I need to drop the bed. So let's get you off of there. You're there. So I got to get in the truck and drop the bed. I can put my vape away. Oh, it's such a pretty day out here. I thought it was going to rain today, and it's not raining, so I'm kind of happy about that. We're going to drop this bed down. And then we're going to go back underneath the backside and then take care of that back fitting. And I have to remember there's a broom in the bed. So I got to find a corner that I can open this tailgate up and let that broom fall out and hopefully not break the broom. Because this truck's really not set up well to climb in and out of the bed. So if I want to climb in the bed, I got to hop up here, skip over there, and try to ferry my way up over this. This is pretty tall. And then when you go to get out of the bed, you have to walk back here to the very back and then climb over and precariously try to climb out of the bed there. And that's not exactly the safest thing to do. RIP at once for me, big man. What does that mean? RIP at once for me, big man, Alan, King Sambo. Okay, that must be a different language that I'm unaware of. What? Anyhow. Okay, gotta head back here to the back of the truck. Take my stuff, and we're gonna head that way. Hopefully not making a bigger mess than what I need to. So this is where I start to get a little dirty. I have a creeper. We can use a creeper today. Instead of rolling around in the dirt, I can roll around in the dirt. Now in the wintertime, it's nice because I can just come in here, maybe sweep up a little bit of this and then do it in here in the shop. But when I need to lift the bed to do certain spots without having to really crawl around. It's nice to be able to do this here. Let's see, is this light going to turn on for me? There it is, it's on. All right, let's get down on the ground. I don't want to get down on the ground, but I gotta hit this cert back here. Man, these were clean yesterday. Now I don't have any work clothes for this type of work anymore because all of my old work clothes for this stuff, they got too freaking big. So I'm gonna clean you off and hit you. So if I were to wear my Carhartt bibs, my overalls and stuff like that, I'd be swimming in them. It'd be unsafe to work in for the entire day. Get you on there. Now what I'm doing is I'm just listening for like little pops and crackles. Okay, that one is done. Now I can do the other side. I need to remember where I did my rag. Where did my rag go? I had a rag here like a second ago. I just wiped that off. Oh, it's underneath my grease gun. Okay, I'll wipe you off again. We're gonna head over here to this side. Scoot this over. Scoot you guys down. And then we can get over here and get this cert cleaned up and done. Then I have to check my messages real quick to see if I got a message while I was goofing around. Because when you're doing live streams, the messages don't tend to pop up like they do when you're not doing a stream. Okay. There we go, that's good. So everything the boss asked me to do this morning is done. And we're gonna clean that goober off because I don't like grease just falling down everywhere on stuff. Meanwhile, we're just gonna take a nap and enjoy the day, flip you guys around. I need to check my messages. So it says, ha ha ha, I was saying hit your vape pen once. Oh, okay. I get that. Me and my bulldog almost died getting hit by a truck like that. Oof, that's brutal. I'm just laying on the ground, just checking out stuff, seeing what's going on here. I have got no messages yet. So that means there's no work. The stream has only been going 43 minutes. Everything is already done that he asked me to do. Now, he did ask me to clean the truck a little bit, which isn't a big deal. Just clean up the floors and stuff. Okay, so, yeah, a year ago, I don't know if I'd be able to, I don't know if I can do this yet. This is going to be something we're going to try this out. I couldn't do like a sit-up without a lot of extra effort, like putting my arm to the side, rolling over on my side. So we're going to try to sit up. So you guys are going to see if I can do this. Because I was 435 pounds a year ago. And now I'm down to a little over 300 pounds. And we're going to give this a go. If it doesn't work, that's okay. I'm used to, I did it. You guys see that? I did that. I almost did like a real sit-up. That was a struggle though. That was like 1. Okay, I don't think I could do 10. There's no way I could do, I don't think I could do 5. If I was lucky, I might be able to do 2. And that was like lift my legs up in the air and launch myself forward kind of stuff. But yeah, funny. Funny, crazy. Yuck, man, I ruined my gloves. You know, and I was going to bring some nitro type gloves for the fingers to do this. That way, when I was done greasing, I could just like strip them off and throw them in the garbage. But no, I'm not that bright today. And I wound up getting my gloves all muckied up. And these were a gift from an outfit over the winter. Yeah, because we did a pretty good job. We worked a lot of hours hauling snow, and he kind of helped us out. Got us some new gloves, because it doesn't matter if you're hauling snow or if you're doing gravel or anything up here, your gloves get tore up in a matter of a few days, not a few days, but at least a month. You go through a pair of gloves, and they become an actual regular expense. So when I go down to the store, I tend to buy at least 3 pairs of similar gloves, maybe several different types of gloves, because I might need them for different applications. That would have been a lot harder too a year ago, just getting up off the ground. Man, I'm starting to feel good nowadays. I want to get out and do some more hiking and biking, adventure type stuff. And I really don't care about the views or the monetization on YouTube. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. As soon as I started to care about that stuff is when I started struggling here on YouTube. I couldn't come up with any ideas. I couldn't come up with any talking points. I couldn't imagine doing live streams or hanging out for an hour, 2 hours, sometimes with the same people, sometimes with 30 or 40 different other people. And then we look at how many people are actually in the stream right now, like 7. That used to bug me. It doesn't bug me anymore. I mean, it was like, wow, nobody wants to watch. There's 8 people here. That 8th person is probably just like cruising through, just checking it out. Hey, who's this guy? What's he talking about? And they'll probably dip out here in a second because they're just, scrolling through the feed. I do that too. Once in a while, I'll find somebody's random live stream and I'll just be like, what's up with this one? And why is that dude wearing makeup? But that's what you're going to find if you just scroll up. You're going to find interesting things. Some things are they're questionable. Like, really, why is this a thing? And how come they have 300 people watching them? I think the ASMR stuff really gets me going, because I'm just like, I don't understand it. My kids love it. And if you don't know what ASMR is, it's like, it's just a super sensitive microphone that picks up little sounds. And for some reason, this generation just gets a kick out of ASMR type stuff. I will never understand why that is. All right. Whoa, that was crazy. I don't know why that happened. That was the longest. Now, once in a while, these streams just dip out. That was the longest I've ever seen that happen. And okay, yeah, anyways, I got my grease gun back in here. I do need to get it cleaned up and put back to how the boss had it. So that'll be my next step for the day. Just getting that ready and put back for him. Let's see what we got here for halfway decent angle. That'll work. I try to be courteous. I like to wipe things down and keep it clean for the next guy. I don't know who's going to use this next. Like I said, I have a problem with trying to fill these up again. Got to wipe down the hose all the way up to the top. And as I'm going, I try to keep this stuff pretty clean anyways, because I know what it's like grabbing a hold of a grease gun that's got goobers everywhere. And it really bothers me. It's like, dude, really? It's like, really? You could have just wiped that off. Now I'm going to wipe down the gun itself. Hopefully I didn't leave anything on there. Flip it over, make sure everything's wiped off. Now there's a place that this goes. Every grease gun's a little different. Oh, okay, so this flips around. This is how we store that. So now I can just kind of walk around with it like that. But ta-da, that's done. And I can put these away. Now, he did want me to clean the cab a little bit. Yeah, the internet went down, Sunshine. I apologize. Everybody probably bailed out. I get it. I wouldn't want to sit there and watch the infinite wheel spin either. But now that I'm done doing that, I need to start cleaning the cab, which isn't hard. It's just takes a little bit of time. So basically what I charge in the morning is about 15 minutes for a pre-trip. That's just a quick walk around pre-trip. You bump the tires, check the lights. That's a standard pre-trip, and you're looking for any obvious issues beforehand. Make sure all the lights work, etc. Make sure your paperwork's good or in the truck and ready to go. And then for the little bitty grease job we did there, that's only like 15 minutes. And then maybe to clean the cab, that's another 15 minutes. And overall, I usually charge at least a minimum to an hour to 2 hours just to be doping around the shop. I still got to get this this broom out of the back. That's crazy. Why is there a broom in the back? That broom didn't come from the last job I was on. So I don't know what that's all about. I'll have to ask them. Be like, dude, why is there a broom in the bed of the truck? Just imagine showing up to a job site and you got a broom in the truck. Now this is normal here. Hold on. We always have a shovel, right there on almost all the dump trucks. The one thing we don't tend to have is a freaking broom. I can't see, so you guys can be my eyes. You see the broom? Yeah, why is there a broom in there? That's nuts. Hey GMR, how you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a while. I did a long bike ride yesterday, all the way from my house through one of the parks on some of the bike paths, all the way into downtown Anchorage. I rode around for a little while. I unfortunately had a horrible stream. This camera phone has no stabilization, so if we tap it, you can see how it shakes a little bit. So when I was riding the bike, it was doing that. I watched it for about 2 minutes, and I was incredibly frustrated with it because I couldn't reuse any of it if I wanted to like make a short video out of it, because it was just too shaky. It was unusable. But thankfully I had a GoPro running, so I got a little bit of footage around town with the GoPro, and that's going to be somewhat helpful for later. All right, I got to get back to work, but I just wanted to say hi. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you for dropping in, saying hi. Always appreciate you. Like you say, yeah, good shit, man. So now I got to find cleaning supplies. This isn't my shop, so I don't know where everything's at. Okay, let's go look for cleaning supplies. I got some rags in the truck. We have some paper towels here. But last time I was here, I didn't find a whole lot for cleaning supplies. We got some Clorox cleaner. What is this? Super clean, dissolves grease fast, super easy. There's something. Ultrasign protectant. Got Clorox disinfectant. This will work on the floors. Set you right here. Not a whole lot here for cleaning options. Now this can's empty. This must have been what he used on the tires yesterday. And it's untouchable. So it's made by Crystal Products. Untouchable wet tire finish. That's kind of what he used. Huh. But he used the whole can. I don't know if it takes a whole can, or maybe this second or third time he's used this particular can, but it's empty. Might as well go in the trash. I got some towels. That's a good start. Now, there they are. See, well, if I just walked around the shop a little bit longer, I would have found these. He's got these nitrile gloves over here. No, that's not nitrile gloves. I thought he had nitrile gloves right over here. Okay. That box just looked like it was nitrile gloves. The little blue gloves or black gloves we tend to use. Maybe he's got some back here. I don't know, because this def that we use for the exhaust system, that stuff stinks. I'd keep like a whole bunch of gloves right around there. Nope, no gloves back here either. Huh, okay. That's somebody else's. So we rent this space. I'm not sure if the people we rent from, they have their own stuff in here, because there's lawn maintenance stuff in here as well. That's not my boss's anymore. That's stuff that he just probably rents out this little closet over here to the people that do the lawn maintenance. I'm sure some of this stuff is his, but yeah, I don't know. He's got a collection of snow machines. It's kind of neat. Now, I almost died the first time I got out on a snow machine here in Alaska. I don't know how often he takes these out. He's got some boys too. They go out snow machine riding and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of lawn equipment, snow blowers. He just got a couple of those for snow removal last year. It helps him clean off the sidewalks. And I put this little cone right here on the floor. That way when I'm backing in and it's sunny outside, I can see where I'm going. Okay. I think I'm going to cut the stream there, guys, and plug in my phone for a little while and get these floors cleaned. You guys don't even watch me wash floors. Let's see, is there anything in here? That one's almost empty, this 409. This works too for cleaning floors. And I'm just going to clean the floors up real good. You know, make it look pretty in there. Clean out whatever mess the boss made, because it was, some people eat like chipmunks. Or they just, you know, getting in and out on job sites too, you drag in a little bit of extra dirt. So yeah, we're gonna clean up the floors, get this truck going. Then I'm gonna call him and be like, hey, what are we doing today? Are we not doing something, or do I need to go find something else to do? Because I need steady work. I can't have all this sit down time, just waiting around trying to figure out life. It's summertime. Everybody was chomping at the bit to go to work, and now that it's summertime, it's like, why? Where's all the work? I mean, people were literally on Facebook screaming, you know, they want to work to start. And now I don't know. I got a truck here. It's not working. It's just sitting here. It should be going. All right. Frosted. What's up, Frosted? It says dad. Now, I don't know if that's one of my kids, because there's a lot of kids out there. Hey, how you doing there, Holly? Yeah, we're just messing around at my shop. I just greased up a couple fittings. I do need to clean these floors. They get a little dirty. That's my next step. I did a sit-up today. That was impressive. I actually got up off the ground because I had to get down under this rear axle back here, grease those fittings, the slack adjusters. And I actually did an actual sit-up. I was pretty happy with that. Oh man, I went to take a rip off my vape and I had it shut off. But yeah, we're just waiting on something to do today. I haven't had anything going on. I haven't got any messages from the boss yet. I need to get this hood shut up. But it was nice. It rained last week on my last day that I worked. It was last Thursday. And we didn't do anything on Friday. I guess the boss moved his excavator. And I tried to find him, but I never did find him. So I came over here at the shop. I didn't find him over here. I didn't find him at his house either, so I just went about my day. Checking these tires, make sure they're not damaged. There we go. Got that side shut up. Now I will probably just grab everything out of here. That way I can get to the whole floor. This stuff, I hate it. So I always have to carry extra of this stuff, because if I get out there too far away. This is my hard hat, my safety vest. Goes on the ground. Oh, there's a trash can in here. Now, I don't even use this trash can, so this is not my stuff. So we'll just take it on over to the dumpster and dump it out. Or there's a trash can in here. Dumpster's not too far away, but I don't know. I'm one of those drivers that I don't bring the stuff that I do bring into the truck. I typically bring home at night. The only reason I don't bring everything home right now is because I'm riding my bicycle. So I left my hammer. I only leave simple things like my hammer, my hard hat, my safety vest. And these are all things that I could replace easily. Because as a truck driver, we have a whole arsenal of hammers. And if you're a truck driver that goes to work without a hammer, I don't want to see a truck driver show up, as a new guy and say he's going to work for the day and he doesn't at least have a hammer. I don't care what kind of business you're doing, even freight hauling. I want to see that you have a hammer. And if you don't, I'm going to tell you to get a hammer. Go to the store, buy one. I don't know how many drivers, they don't think a hammer is necessary until they need a hammer. And guess who they ask? They come over and ask me, and I get busy and I go about my day doing stuff. And I have no idea why that is so wet. Oh, okay, this is a floor mat. I don't know what that is. And that's the floor. I'm gonna have to do some inspection here and see what the heck's going on, because I don't know what that is. Doesn't really smell. Let's see. It might just be water. It feels like water. Okay. Huh. Yeah, it's got no odor, no noticeable odor at all. Grab a couple towels. That worries me whenever I lift up a floor mat and the floor is just soaked. Okay. Yeah, that's just clear liquid on the towel. That means either your windshield is leaking or it's leaking in, coming down through the air box. The air box for the where your heater fan is, your blower fan is. Lots of truckers in my family, they all have a bag with daily stuff. Yeah, that's super important. Daily stuff, daily tools. But yeah, if you're up here like running on the haul road and stuff, you have to carry extra parts. Like I had a whole toolbox full of air fittings because I might be fixing my own stuff on the road. It had like everything, crimp fittings. I had different types of channel locks, because like flat build channel locks and other channel locks, because if you have a problem with an airline, you can bypass it simply by just pinching off the airline, and that'll get you home. And then you can just back the brake off and you can actually get home like that. It's super, super healthy to have a little bitty tool bag, at least, just full of random stuff. But yeah, he's got this little oven in here, this little plug-in oven. I don't know if anybody's ever used one of those before, but he said he plugs in this little tiny box oven down here, put some food in some tin foil, just throw it in there, and it'll heat it up by lunchtime. It'll be good to go. My favorite dinosaur, I'm not going to say that online, because that'd be a good soundbite if I said that one. It's an adult joke, so I'm not going to say that. But it's the one that's right on the tip of my tongue, if you know what I mean. Okay. Yes. Okay, guys, I'm going to bail out here. I need to get my hands freed up and get this truck cleaned. See, only 2 people in the stream anyway, so I don't think anybody's going to be missing me very much right now. So, okay, guys, take care, and we'll see you again.